Media sometimes produces characters we as consumers love as though they were real, as though they were beloved family members. Dora, Griffith, Maud Ash, to name a few. But above all these fictional paragons of virtue reigns one beautiful Baby Boi that has captivated the hearts of millions. But the question remains, who is he? And why is he so adored? Well, let's start with the basics. Beep is a hiver, a bug-like race in the broadly there were two of those big bad boys that we know about. Sci-fi role-playing game, Kenshi. You can think of hivers like ants. No, not, well, actually a little like those, yeah. They are all driven from birth by the pheromones of their queen to serve and protect her and the hive. However, sometimes, especially amongst the Western hivers, outliers are born, genetic defects who respond differently or not at all to the hive mindset, and leave of their own volition or are forced out. Upon first meeting him, Beep admits to you that he was bad for the hive, and ousted from the Western hive to fend for himself. However, Best Boy Beep was not prepared to fend for himself. The hivers have different castes: the overlording queen, the intelligent and all-around capable princes, the sturdy soldier drones, and at the bottom of the caste system is the expendable worker drones. There is little known of the origins and history of the hivers as a whole, but some theories are even that they are genetically engineered species whose whole purpose was for the drones to be agricultural slaves, providing food for those whose lives mattered more to the powerful of the moon. The game even describes worker drones as being the bottom tier of all races in Kenshi. Expendable workers born to labor for the good of their hive. They know only obedience and value service to the hive above any personal benefits, safety, or comfort. If separated from the controlling influence of the hive, they usually die, but in rare cases become free individuals, bewildered by their newfound freedom and loss of a predetermined purpose. They wander lost and seek meaning, but usually just find death or exploitation. In-game description. Beep is a worker drone. From his very birth, Beep was given a body and mind with limits far lower than others. He was given no gift in the circumstances of birth. He had no expectations placed on him, but subservience and submission. Beep came from nothing. To almost all, Beep is nothing. And to Beep, that means nothing. But deep down, beyond being but a fog bite-sized morsel of beeping beauty, lies an inner strength, unseen in his fragile exterior. Beep is brave. Beep is honorable. Beep is dumb. I don't know how else to put it. This is actually his personality, even in the game files. When first encountered by the player, Beep is lost, alone, and scared. Stranded amongst the Fogland refugees in Mongrel, Beep knows nothing. Beep desires no thing, but one focal desire: the strength to no longer feel fear and flee from all fearsome foes for perpetuity. Here is where you learn of his past, how he was ousted to fend for himself, and the reasons for that. There's no evidence given that it was ever anything more than a simple tick, his compulsion to say beep, that caused his banishment. He still even claims he was bad for the hive. It shows that in his character he doesn't even blame society at large for the wrongs done to him. He's trusting to a fault so much that just for giving him the time of day, he will trust the player with his allegiance and journey off into the moon of Kenshi with the player. He asks to join the player. He doesn't do so for money. He does so with the singular purpose of his personal growth. And should you allow him to join you on your journey, he will spout the much-quoted dialogue that is often cited as a reason for Beep's beloved nature. He may even lose a few of his beep bits and become Cyber Beep. This isn't actually like a name in the game. He just gives himself this title and kinda just believes his own hype. His dialogue and unwitting wit is lovable, certainly, and serves as proof that his ignorance also provides a component to his overall lovable nature. This is inarguably a strong stance to take, as Beep has shown many times over his proficiency in this field, even wielding his dumb with such critical effect that he is the only character capable of shutting down Catlon's mad rant in defense of his inhumane actions. I asked you at the beginning why Beep is so loved. Characters in popular media are given positive traits so that we root for them. Of course, some authors take this to mean positive traits are what makes the character good, and thus load the protagonist with every positive trait that they can think of and leave the audience feeling almost resentful of the character. They aren't real. They aren't believable. Why should I care about someone who is so clearly, by their actions, not in the same strata of existence as me? Beep is not strong. He is not smart. He has no overwhelmingly positive traits, and he isn't even particularly morally just. What Beep is focused. He wants to grow. He has found an obstacle to his ability to live outright and to live a more beautiful life in general. And he will bleed, sacrifice his body, everything he has to achieve his goal. In life, I believe we often find the things we most desire in ourselves to be the most admirable traits in others. And in modern society, there's this constant bombardment of things we should want and want to be. Be healthier, be richer, be happier, be sexier, be more. And the voices from outside can easily overpower our own quiet voice within, praying for our ears to hear our simple desires and focus to build our most meaning-filled life. Beep is cute, honorable, brave, dumb, weak, dedicated, and a bug man. He isn't human. He isn't even real. But the reason we love him is because even though he isn't human, he shows us the most deeply desired and beautiful path any human can take. Genuine self-improvement.